Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new squad builder on the channel on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. So today I wanted to get a couple of things into our squad. One, I wanted it to be overpowered and just like fit the meta of the game, so using players that would really work. And two, I wanted it to feature some of the players that have been released this week, whether that be Team of the Week or Team of the Year. So I'm going to try and get into that today. In goal, I have gone for Ter Stegen. There are a couple of special versions of this guy if you have the coins, but the rest of this squad does get relatively expensive. And to be honest, I don't see the point in getting special versions of your keepers. They all still let in goals, right? So if you guys do enjoy today's episode, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. Let's try and push towards 1,000 likes. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. So that is the goalie. You know, like I said, they all concede. So just... to be fair, his distribution's pretty good. But moving on to the defence, this is where things start to get a little bit overpowered. We've got Roussillon, who is someone I've used a fair bit over on the road to glory, and has really held that price of over 40,000 coins for an 81 rated inform. Pretty impressed with that. I think it's because his stats are pretty good across the board and a lot of people like him. He is just a really quick French left back and there aren't a huge amount of them on the game. At right back today, I've got Alessandro Florenzi. Now this is going to start a little triangle of Roma chemistry. He is 82 rated with 85 pace and 82 dribbling. The rest of his stats, you know, shooting, passing, defending, physical, pretty solid, all in the 70s. He could act as a right midfielder and really push up and down that wing as well. We then got Kostas Manolas, who is the Greek centre-back for Roma, 84 rated on the game, and most definitely his stats are in the right department. So that pace, that defending, that physical, the fact that he's 6'2", low high work rates, I couldn't ask for a more OP centre-back on this game. Then we have Samuel Umtiti. You could use Varane if you wanted to, but then you'd have to switch the goalkeeper to someone like Keylor Navas. And I've used Varane quite a lot lately, so I decided to go with Umtiti today. 74 pace, 82 defending. He's someone I struggle against online an awful lot, all the time. So figured he could make his way into the squad today. Now moving into the midfield then, we have got Raja 9 Golan, who is an 86 rated Belgium Roma player. Of course, completes that triangle of chemistry between those three players. Just crazy stats across the board, as we know. High work rates, works his arse off in game, and is just generally one of those players which you hate to come against, so that's why he's in the squad today. We've then got N'Golo Kante. Now, he is someone that you could get a 95 rated version Team of the Year if you had the coins, if you were so inclined. Feel free, because he looks nuts. I've got to say, he looks like one of the most incredible players on the game, but the 87 for me today did the job well, plays well in that CDM role. Now moving on to the centre mid then, it is Team of the Year, Kevin De Bruyne. Probably one of my new favourite players that I'm very, very much attached to. And I kind of don't want to sell him because he's really, really good. Hopefully he would be the sort of player to get a 5-star weak foot upgrade as well, because he has now got that on head-to-head. And he's just got stats everywhere. 96 dribbling, 96 shooting, 98 passing, 90 physical. The guy's quick as well with the 4-star skills and weak foot currently. It's just a bit nutty. I'm not going to lie. He looks incredible on the game. Ward-Prowse is a bit of a weird one to stick into the squad today, but the reason I've brought him in at right wing instead of someone like Sterling is because I will be changing the formation of this one to my favoured 4-1-2-1-2, and he is going to play as a centre midfielder. His stats are pretty well rounded across the board. He doesn't look like the best centre mid, but I think that was the spot that I had left open if I wanted to change this overpowered team to my favoured custom formation in game. We then have the 87 rated Heung-min Son, 90 pace, 89 dribbling and shooting, as well as 83 passing, 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot. You just know he's going to be good, don't you? And then, of course, Callum Wilson, second in form this week on FIFA 18, 84 rated, with 93 pace, 86 dribbling, 85 shooting, and 83 physical. He looks mad too, to be fair. He's had some serious boosts from his regular item, which of course is a lot lower rated, and he is now one of the highest caliber strikers in the Premier League. Just looking at those stats right there, he looks a bit mental. So that's the overall starting 11. It starts as this 4-3-3 number 3 variant, I believe. That obviously gives only 3 links off of De Bruyne, which is how he is able to stay on full chem. He doesn't link back to the centre-backs or out to the wingers or anything, which is where he's going to end up losing chemistry because we haven't got any strong links to him today. But this is what I changed it to with the formation switch to the 4-1-2-1-2. Kante is going to be my holding mid, whereas Nainggolan and Ward-Prowse are going to be the two that are sort of just getting about, doing all the work. De Bruyne at cam, just offloading all of his goodness, like left-footed, right-footed, key passes, long shots, you name it, he's got that. And then, of course, left-footed, 5-star, weak foot, Son up front with right-footed, right striker, Callum Wilson. Like this, it seems to me like this could be a good squad. And that's a lovely weak foot goal to start with Ward-Prowse. He literally is a 3-star weak foot player who's right-footed. And he scored that half volley for me today. So I was very happy after that. It's actually a really nice goal. I don't score goals like that very often. And I've got to put it down to the fact that that's a weak foot mishap. Like, I think that just wasn't supposed to go there, and it randomly went there, and I'll take it. But next goal comes up from Nainggolan right now, the Belgian, pushing up and down that pitch so very well, and even scoring on his 3-star weak foot too. So the first couple of goals are coming in from dodgy weak foots, which sometimes seem to work, which is fine by me. Then we get on to a couple of goals that we got with De Bruyne. Now, he wasn't so involved in this particular team. I was using him in another squad where I was reviewing him for FUTWIZ. I'll leave a link to that in the top right corner. But he wasn't as involved in this squad because I really wanted to test out how good his passing range and stuff was in this particular team. Obviously, he comes up with a few goals, as you can see, but they're mainly sort of just tap-ins when he's in the right place at the right time, and that is something that you can rely on for Kevin De Bruyne. And then, like, look at that surgeon run, really good touch, and then, of course, a nice outside of the boot finish past an on-running goalkeeper. So what you're going to do, that's always flying into the back of the net. But yeah, the main goal was to test him out to see if I could get some assists, to just judge really how good that vision and passing and stuff is. And I was really impressed. He just seems like the complete cam on this game. He is so dangerous in front of goal that he is going to drag defenders out to try and block the shot, the potential shot that you could be taking. And then, of course, what you get there is a nice open gap to then feed that ball through to the likes of Heung-min Son, to the likes of Callum Wilson, and then they can do their damage by scoring the goals. And yeah, just if the defenders don't block you with De Bruyne, then you've got a long shot opportunity. And that's just not going to end well for your opponent because he has got a crazy, crazy long shot. I got on really, really well with Heung-min Son as well. As always, like, his regular card's good. This is a monster version of him. 87 rated, those stats. He's starting to work towards, like, what we were seeing last year when we all know how much we were, like, traumatized by coming up against the... I can't remember what rating it was. Was it an 89? It was an 89 second player of the month Son. And that's the one that we all had. And he was just unbelievable. And, yeah, like... This is getting kind of close towards it. He doesn't quite have the physical stats that he had with that last year's card, but so far so good. Like, I don't find that he needs strength. His pace and dribbling and crazy bangers of a long shot and 5-star weak foot madness is all that you really need on this card. And we are so very lucky that it is Team of the Year and he's in packs, because, I mean, I bought this card on Wednesday night when it came out and I paid like 304,000 coins for it. And his first inform has been around 300k the whole time, and his second inform has been around 300k the whole time as well. So he's literally come into packs at the same level but with stat increases, and no doubt about it, like, I know you're seeing this video at the weekend and stuff, and I dream to think of what his price will be right now. Like, I think he'll probably come down quite a bit. I hope so anyway, because that means, like, he's a viable option maybe for me to pick up on the road to glory. He's a viable option for me to have in the club without having like a 500,000 coin player stuck there. So yeah, it's good when player prices like that are cheap. Like, it's always good to have a nice team of the week in the middle of Team of the Year, because then you obviously get cheap beasts like this Callum Wilson with the stats that he's got on like a normal dead quiet week. I reckon he's like a 150k player, because of the stats that he's got, the pace that he's got, the league that he's in and stuff. Whereas this week, like, I bought him for 75k, 74k, something like that. Literally a couple of hours after him being out of packs. And that wasn't me sniping for a good deal. That was just what his price was at. Now, I got a feeling that he probably would have risen a little bit, but then again, he'll come down quite a bit after that. So he might be a similar price to what I actually paid for him, just because of the stats that he's got. Like, I feel like maybe people will hold a slightly higher value on him, and he'll just get snapped up at the lower prices. But if you're looking to buy these players this week, obviously the team of the years should all be in packs by now, and you know, De Bruyne, he'll be on the market hopefully a lot more than he has been this week, although they've been a lot more frequent than they were last year. That's something to be said. There's more coins this year though, so that's why the prices are relatively high, I would say, higher than my first estimations. But it's a great time to buy these players during lightning rounds. You know, if you are someone that isn't going to spend FIFA points this week, and you're not going to be hustling and bustling trying to open those packs when the lightning rounds come, then your job is to be on the market to try and pick up some good deals. You know, maybe pick yourself up an 87 rated Son for a lot cheaper than he would have otherwise been. Pick up a Callum Wilson, pick up a De Bruyne when someone lists it because they've just packed it and they're so excited and they want to make a couple of million coins or whatever. Get him for cheaper than he's worth. So do me a favour, guys, hit that thumbs up button at the end of today's video if you have enjoyed the squad. This is a really tidy squad with some really awesome players in it, so I do hope you have enjoyed. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Lots of daily FIFA content coming right at you guys. So have a good one, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.